Alright, we're going to try to keep this one short and sweet. This, what have I got on my head? Looks like tar. Yep, tar. Just came off the roof anyway. Minimum wage. This is another fine example of the narrative and how it can be controlled. Why does a minimum wage exist? Okay. After the Depression, there was a whole lot of people living on the dole, on the government dime, on the taxpayer dime. We were supporting a lot of people. Bread lines and soup kitchens and welfare and food and so on and so forth. And they wanted to find ways to alleviate that. So when the Fair Labor and Standard Act was being worked out, one of the things that they figured out was that if, say, the garment industry in San Francisco was going to use children and their parents and employ these people and pay them a minimal amount of money, that those people ended up on the dole. They ended up destitute, in poverty, just making enough to eat and sleep and go back to work. And so the minimum wage was invented and factored into the Free Labor and Standards Act. Not based on somebody's skill level, not based on somebody's age, not based on any other thing than this is the minimum amount a company can pay its employees before those employees end up in poverty, end up on the dole, end up on food stamps, okay? What percentage of Walmart employees draw food stamps? What percentage of minimum wage workers are over age 20? I'm not going to run it for you. Go Google this shit to yourself. Go look at the numbers. It's not about how much experience you have or whether or not you deserve that kind of money or how much the CEO makes off in that company. It's 100% about exploitation of the American workforce. If you don't pay someone a living wage, they live in poverty. Having people who live in poverty in your country is expensive to the taxpayers because of all the things that come with poverty. Ill health, crime, drug abuse, alcohol abuse, personal abuse, physical violence, are all things that are directly caused by poverty, by desperate people. So that's the debate around the minimum wage. That's the end of it right there. We sit down and we decide how much a person has to make to survive, not just stay alive, but to pay rent, pay their bills, and survive without getting any help from the government. And that's the least amount you can fucking pay. As it is, the American taxpayers are subsidizing every last worker that works for minimum wage. And a whole lot of them that make better than minimum wage. So again, let's keep the narrative where it belongs. The minimum wage isn't about skill level or how hard their work is or how vital the work is or any of that. It's about paying less than that is exploiting the American workforce and the American taxpayer and forcing them into a situation where they have to subsidize Walmart's labor force. If X percentage of Walmart's employees are drawing food stamps, that means we are subsidizing Walmart's labor force. I'm not okay with that, are you? So you remember that next time this comes up. That's what it's about. It's not about who gets kids working part-time skill level. It's about the minimum amount of money you can pay somebody and keep them off the government dime. Use the formula that they set out in the Fair Labor and Standard Act, and our minimum wage is around $26 an hour and rising right now, which is where it should be. So, yeah, there's that.